speak is being recorded.
Sorry.
Large lack of knowledge and large casework, storing evidence, children riding in police vehicles, vehicles being taken out of jurisdiction for personal gain, officers working on off-duty shifts, social media posts and responses, and alleged retaliation stops. I'd implore you to please look at actual data to make staffing decisions. That data that you need to review is called calls for service. Officers can stay busy with traffic stops, business checks, vacation watches, etc. But the calls for service should drive your staffing levels. I did a quick dive into the data from the last 5 months of the data given to your council. The 5-month average is 7.14 calls per day. That is one call for service approximately every 3 hours and 21 minutes. The suggestion would be to staff based on the data and the budget. Don't hire any more full-time officers, hire part-time if needed. Start that reserve program that you talked about. Develop a time frame that will be our staff or call service window. And during that time frame, have one officer on duty. Potentially have the chief on call. During your non-staff window, if the chief isn't available, then county will take your calls.
1 minute left, so you know.
We already pay taxes for the service, and these are well-developed systems working in other communities. I can provide those if you need those. Get the budget balance and then reevaluate what the city can afford and how the calls for service look at that time before moving forward with any more hires. Thank you. I have a copy of this.
Okay, thank you. I think Julie would take that. Okay. Kurt,
Yes,
if you would.
Kurt Maver, 5955 Ranchero Road. During the last meeting, I'm somewhat surprised to hear that another developer was paid to extend the water to his area and the city paid for it. That's something new to me that I was not aware that ever happened in the past before or happened for that. A couple different things. One is that's something that we would like to be considered for everyone. I don't begrudge the developer for getting it. By no means. I just think that we should have consistency across the board, with how the development agreements are made and who's doing them. I don't know how I get those development agreements, but I would be interested in getting, let's say, the last 10 up to this last time. And then so we can kind of use them as a baseline and see what was given and what is given, and then how do we move forward with this going forward so that we have, consistency among the community on what is in the development agreement and how to proceed, make sure that everybody's treated fairly and equally.
If you want to call up City Hall, then.
Yeah, just call City Hall. Okay, I can do that. I didn't know if it was Maggie or just City Hall. Okay.
Okay. Have anybody else? But I believe Cody, did you wish to speak?
I will if nobody else is going to speak, of course. All right, ready for me?
Damon, dress please.
Cody Rutledge, 110 Wood Street. Probably excited for something aggressive. I'm not going to be nearly as aggressive as the last time. I'm just going to speak generally. I didn't prepare a big statement for this particular meeting because I think that a lot of things were discussed in the last one that need some work. And I appreciate people standing up for the community and others, stepping up to make a change for it to start off with. I think that this way that I spoke to you guys was very direct, very intentional. And the goal with the way that I spoke to you was to get the rise out of you that I would say that I received. The point of that is that if you guys do not feel pain, you are not going to make a change. If somebody doesn't stand up and raise a ruckus, nobody's going to change anything because it's comfortable. And comfortable, at least in my opinion, is the enemy of improvement in general. I think that everybody should have been uncomfortable. I think that people should remain uncomfortable because people are coming for your position. And there are many people asking if they can run for these positions. If you don't believe that you're the person to step up and do the job, maybe just get out of the way. I know I said it aggressively the last time, but if you move to the side and let somebody come in who is willing to make these changes, I think that that would be beneficial for the community. I have some things for the police chief. He's not here. Pretty disappointing. He, in a private conversation, told me that he was gonna come make a statement about some of these things, and obviously that's not the case. So, just let me take a look here at my notes. They're pretty short. If you, my opinion to the solution of this problem, sits on this council. It doesn't sit with the person who got fired. I think I shared that very briefly. It sits with the people on this council and the people in this room and the people watching at home. There are leaders in this community who aren't just you guys, who need to step up and help you, okay? There are people who manage much bigger budgets than this city manages in this community who have the ability to help solve this problem. But if you guys don't feel the pain and you don't allow them to do it, they don't have an in to come help you. You're just stuck. And I'm not saying this to be rude by any means, but there are big businesses in this town. Bill Caldwell Ford, Tom Peterson at Hudson Hardware, the Holmes Boys. In fact, I would even consider calling back the municipal pipe and tool guy and see if he would help out. Just to help learn how to balance a budget instead of talking about spending more money, giving money to a police chief that if he's not even here right now, I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, when people are here to address you and you don't show up, Lori, you're on, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say anything terrible to you. It just shows that you don't really care what we're saying. I can stand up here and I can yell, and you don't respond with anything positive. You don't take any criticism. You respond with negativity. It shows the community that you don't care. You don't have any intention of fixing the problem. You just have intentions of being right. We don't need people who are right. We need people who are going to fix these problems. I hope that the people that have announced they're running are willing to make those changes, even though it's hard. The point is we need to have hard conversations with weak leaders. We're going to live a really rough life here in this community. I don't live in it, but I do come here every single day. So I hope that me toning it down a little bit shows you that I actually care. I would like to offer any help at all, free of charge. You don't have to think that I know what I'm doing or anything. If there's a thing that I can do to help this community get better, I would love to do it. And I would love to see every leader in the community who is watching on this phone right now to show up and do the same thing. So we can't, I think you screwed up, but we can't blame you forever. I think people need to be willing to help you. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to get it done by yourself. So that's all I've got. That lasted that half hour here.
Is there anyone else? Gary?
Gary Jorgensen, 325 Sunset. I know I talked to Chief Banks earlier today, but with the new stop signs, the same issue is going to happen as it did with the speed cameras. We've already seen an uptake in our neighborhood with traffic. I know it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid to me. It is stupid to me to take a detour just to avoid a stop sign. In my mind, that's ridiculous. You're saving yourself maybe 20 seconds, but the uptick in traffic and they don't slow down. I mean, it's just like any other street in town when they're trying to avoid a stop sign, stoplight, speed camera, stuff like that. I guess I'd just like to see that addressed with the PD. I know they're busy other places patrolling the town, this and that. The response I got out of Dan today was kind of mediocre, but I think they got more responsibility than sitting in the same spot for 2 to 3 hours watching traffic and not really doing much. So I guess I just wanted to voice my opinion on that. I know there's others in the neighborhood that have seen it. So I just wanted to bring that to light.
Anyone else? Okay. We'll go ahead and move into general government. The committee reports here are actually informational items, but they're in the packet there. Before we move on to the items under general government, I do want to let the council know that Julie has received an email from Moody's Ratings. And they have requested a meeting with us, and so we will be doing that, I believe, next week.
15th, isn't it?
The 15th, yeah. So just wanted to inform the council that is there.
What's the date of that again? I'm sorry.
The 15th?
That's not a regularly scheduled meeting, right?
It's just a phone
be-
call with
Yeah, it's a
her
phone call with.
Okay.
with
There'll be
the
more information
representative from-
in the next meetings.
Okay,
Is that open to the public or no?
no, it's just a
Okay.
meeting with the rep.
Can we ask what that is? I'm sorry, I know we are so speak, but
Moody's Ratings is as to how,
Credit score based.
yeah,
on
credit
city
score. type-
Municipal.
Yep,
credit
there you
score.
go.
It's a, they're,
As to our
they do annual
bonding and
reviews.
things. Yeah.
they do annual reviews.
Item A, discussion action to approve resolution 3381, a resolution for approval of road closures for the Hive Salon and Meadery and the federal pub event, and that will be on September 20th, starting at 10 a.m.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Cool,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Okay. I'm gonna open the public hearing for the development agreement with Jennifer and Kurt Favors, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. Have we had any written?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any verbal comments? Okay, I will go ahead and close the public hearing. Next item, discussion action to approve resolution 3382, resolution approving development agreement with Jennifer and Kurt Favors, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. And this is for the Buffalo Trace housing development and payments not to exceed $500,000 over the
Pulling it up right
yep,
now.
11 years.
11 years.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I did have one question. Can I ask Kurt a question?
Yeah.
Do you have a trademark and licensing issue with Buffalo Trace?
I don't think so.
You know the people who make bourbon? What's
Oh,
the,
they are Buffalo Trace, yeah.
I'll let you do. No harm, no foul. I don't care, but it's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
No, I'm-
That's all right.
Apparently he doesn't drink Buffalo Trace.
I like the
so-
name of it.
Put Buffalo Tracy or something.
All right, roll call.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Sewell.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, open the public hearing for the development agreement with Jennifer and Kurt Favors, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increments. Have we had any written
No.
comments? Any oral? Okay, I'll close the public hearing. Move on to discussion action to approve resolution 3383, approving development agreement with Jennifer and Kurt Favors, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. And this is for a new event center. And this is not to exceed $655,000. And this is a 15-year.
15? Is that right? 15 year? So moved. Second.
Daryl, did you want to join them?
Okay, if I do or.
Yeah,
don't, or-
let's make note that you entered the meeting at
This
6:19.
All right,
Look like you've been working hard, Daryl.
hey, not too wet, so I had to quit. Otherwise, I'd still be out there.
Good timing.
What can I say?
Did we get?
I first did this.
Yep,
I got it.
I have a first and a second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call?
Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Stool.
Aye.
Boston.
Okay, we'll open the public hearing for the development agreement with Jennifer Davis authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. And this is for a new commercial building, business condos. Do I have any written?
No.
Any oral? Okay, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Move on to discussion action to approve resolution 3384, resolution approving development agreement with Jennifer and Kurt Bavers, authorizing annual tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. And this is for the amount not to exceed $55,000, and it is a 10-year agreement.
Second.
Give it to him.
Discussion,
Oops. Right, that's the wrong one.
roll call?
Wyatt.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Stool.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
We'll open the public hearing for the development agreement with Dirtworks Construction LLC, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. Have we any written comments?
No.
Any oral? Okay, we close the public hearing. Moving on to discussion action to approve resolution 3385, approving development agreement with Dirtworks Construction LLC, authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement. And this is for a new storage unit not to exceed $195,000 and is a 10-year agreement.
Someone.
One second,
Second.
discussion? Okay, roll call?
Cook.
Aye.
Stool.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Okay, item J. Discussion action to approve resolution 3386, approving the request from the fire chief Gary Jochumsen to purchase a new all-ply series 2,000-gallon tanker and one new Freightliner M2-106 axle regular cab chassis in amount not to exceed $329,997.
So moved.
Can I make a correction on that? I'm sorry.
I seconded, by the
Yeah,
way, so
I
we're in
got
there.
it, yeah.
We're good. Go.
The amount not to exceed the 329 is not correct. That's where we're at now, but if there's any changes that happen along the way, I know we had asked before for, I think it was 370 to be put into our vehicle reserve for that purchase. We are only at the 329.7 something right now, or 997. But any other small changes could either raise that price, not by much, but I just want to make sure that when it comes time for the final payment, that if it's 340, that it's not gonna get turned down because of that.
Julie, do you remember what the amount was that we had?
I do believe it is the 370,
That was in the bond?
so, and yeah.
Could we change it to go to like a 350 just to be on the safe side? You're still 20 grand under.
Yeah, I don't foresee anything going up that high. I just wanna make sure that if we do go over that 330, that, you know, we are gonna be okay. So that was just what we got quoted at, that's the price now, but if
Right.
something
Well,
comes
and-
up,
And we need to,
Maybe we can come back and.
I was just gonna say, if
bring up a
it,
resolution.
you could always just come back with a change order,
Yeah.
which just increases, if that's the case. Um,
And it's gonna be, what do you say, close to 16 months before.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
Done anyway.
I would personally leave it at the 329, 997, and then if you get update that it's gonna be a little bit more, just bring it back and then they can reapprove it with the change order in it. Just to make sure, especially if it's gonna be that far out. I hate to say 350 and then that's 20 or $30,000 we're playing with that, you know, could be, could not be. We don't know what's going on with it. But we will have new ordering procedures or whatever we're gonna do that's being worked on as well to make sure that it's all done beforehand, so
Yeah.
you'll be good.
I have a question and then I have just a comment. The question is, does this number take into consideration sales tax? Is there sales tax? No sales tax.
That's the,
Government don't pay.
that's everything.
Okay. And then my comment is, just for anybody who's been paying attention to where I'm at on all this budget stuff, I've been pretty scorched earth on spending. And I'm gonna continue to be, to the point where I'm willing to fight over $500 and here we are. I'm ready to approve this. And the reason that I'm gonna vote for this is because number one, this is something that was committed to long before this whole crisis came about.
Mhm.
Number two, we specifically bonded with this purchase in mind, and so that spending is accounted for as uncomfortable as it might be. And, number three, we're getting a lot of township money that goes into reserves to help pay for this. And, in my view, we have less freedom to, cut spending that townships, people outside of ourselves have some say in. And so, I'm just trying to get out in front of what I know I'm gonna hear, which is, I thought you were for spending less money and here you're spending $330,000. Well, this is one of those exceptions that I think we need to pay for. And if you don't like it, you can take my seat in 2 years and do something different.
And also.
Matt?
Up front to get everything rolling. And then,
You said 16 months.
well, then when the chassis gets here, which they're predicting is probably after the first of the year, sometime, January, February, then we'll have to pay the 115,635.
Comes in parts.
And then when the truck's complete, when we go and give the final approval, we give them the final check.
Just, I would say, make sure you bring that, you know, obviously check in with public safety as that's coming up.
Was Lori asking a question?
I just wanted to say I appreciate you sharing that perspective because I wanted to know, you know, has this been discussed in committee? And if so, I wanted to hear from people on the committee, so.
One of the things I'll come back with too, and one of the things that is gonna come up in public safety is when you say we get a lot of money from townships, we do in perspective. But remember, and everybody needs to remember this too, that the township agreements specifically say that that money is for operations of the fire department, not specifically equipment. You know, so I think the 28E needs to be renegotiated. It has not been signed since what did you say, 13 or 14? So I think we need to update those anyways, and especially after the first of the year, those need to be updated with potentially some direction, because you could say operations is the heating and cooling of the building, because we're not gonna send just this one fire truck out if this township has a fire call.
Right.
And I did attend 4 of the 5 township meetings and had that conversation with every single one of them as well. So one of the things they will be coming back and asking for in the future is the fire department to see where their funds are going to. So just know that that'll be coming, but it is something certainly after the first of the year, especially. I think those 28Es need to be renegotiated just to update them, because 15 years is way too long for that to go.
Is that on someone's radar?
Yes, it's on the long-term list
Okay. Cause I'll forget.
by the time you get to your car.
Okay, yeah, before the meeting's over.
So Matt, I got a question.
Yep.
I know this has been said 3-4 times from this table that we don't have the budget yet.
Yeah,
And here we are approving something that we don't have a budget for.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree. Before all this came around, yes, there was a need. And I don't know if now's the time without having the actual numbers in front of us to do this or not. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a concern I have.
We
It's a fair
specifically,
concern.
yeah, I agree, but it was specific in the bond referendum that we paid the non-taxable portion for this truck specifically. So
That was,
it's been discussed through public safety. We haven't had one of those,
what
but
was on it.
it was on the non-taxable, the going forward, not the back end. So again, if it was on the back reimbursed side, I would have said the exact same thing. But since it was specifically bond for this truck specifically, we don't have a choice with this one.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Cool.
I,
Lawson. Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Cook.
Motion carried. Discussion action to approve resolution 387, a resolution to hire contract assistance for G-Works and billing software, and this is to continue the work that Dee and Shelby from Springville have been helping us with at the same rate as before. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, these women have performed miracles. They're really getting us back on track, and we're not getting as many issues with software, so.
Was there a expiration date on the last contract? Is that why we're updating this?
Yep.
Is there an expiration date on this one? I didn't pull up the actual.
There might have been,
I don't remember one.
and they're not, we're not using them quite, we are a little bit more now that the deputy clerk started, and they're kind of doing the utility
Training,
billing
yes.
stuff with her. But as far as their hours have started, when they first started, it was,
More.
they were working over and beyond the contracted amount just to
Right.
try to help us out, and we didn't pay them for that, they did it on their own knowing it. But now they're under the contracted amount, so it's lessening, it's just, I don't want them, I mean, they're working hard over, they're still running their city too.
Right.
So, we just
And
wanna
they're-
make sure that continues
Making great leaps and bounds as to getting us back.
to help and get.
I actually had somebody come up and tell me that their water bill was right for once.
Do we have a move in a second? Cause I had some discussion.
No, we don't.
No,
I'll make a motion that we approve this.
Okay.
I guess thought it'd be a good opportunity to just ask the question, where are we at in this process? Like, to Jeff's point, we're still looking for real numbers.
Right, oh, I agree.
And part of that, I assume, is connected to what these gals are like untangling.
They're untangling that. Mostly Shelby is helping with the Dee's doing the bigger, really complex,
financials.
account,
Yeah.
just account issues.
Yeah.
There's some of the accounts that have been wrong for a while. So she's digging into those bigger ones. She's also helping me with the financials because of the software and the user ability of it. She has the experience, but she's had it. So, we're trying to work together, but it's been a lot. So that is going to be prioritizing our time to do this, and it probably is gonna be better now if her and I just sit down together and get through some stuff, so.
So my understanding is one side of this is kind of the billing side, which has been a mess.
Mhm.
But then are we also working toward getting like real budget
That's what
numbers?
she's been working on, trying to get the bank reconciliations done, and they're,
Okay. Because
They're
my
very
understanding of the
difficult.
timeline on this, first of all, there's several things that we can't really fully talk about until
right.
those numbers are in. Second of all, I forgot second of all, so, see what I mean? But
Well,
there's
80 agreement.
something else that's waiting for that domino to fall.
There's a lot of things.
That
waiting
is
for that domino
significant.
to
I mean,
fall.
I wish there was just like a, boop, we're done, we're there, let's fix this.
Yeah, oh, I know the forensic audit.
That's what I was
We
just gonna
can't
say.
turn numbers in until we have numbers to turn in.
5 is closed, right?
And so in order, again, this is money that I hate spending, but we have to spend.
Yes,
Because
yes.
there's no way to,
Well, if G-Works had a good way to call in and get customer service to be able to assist with their own software, we could do that. They don't.
I know.
It is getting
so
better.
that's a question that I have.
They are getting better.
hang on, Lori, no one can hear you.
Go ahead, Lori.
So that's a question that I had was, maybe the level of support we're paying for isn't good. Would there be an advantage though to paying for actual G-Works support to help with a higher level of support? Because that's how tech companies work. For those that don't know how tech works, it's not uncommon to have varied levels of support in technology. And if you pay for the cheapest, you're getting the cheapest. If you pay for the highest, you're going to get the highest. And sometimes there's levels in between. Do we need to be contracting with them for a higher level of support? Maybe in addition to what we're paying the two gals, because I think there's value in the type of support that they're offering. But I wonder too, if you really want to get to the nitty gritty of how to use the system, would there be advantage in contracting at a higher level of support directly with G-Works? Julie and Gail, I guess I
Question.
comments.
My concern, I mean, that, they've been with they've been working hand in hand with D on lots of things on our side. And they've never offered, so I guess I would have assumed that if that was an option, that's the head guy that D has been doing work with consistently, and it was almost daily for a while on Hudson stuff, that they would have said, hey, Gail, let me, this is what it costs.
We
but
can
let
take
us
you up
help
another
get
level
through
of
this.
customer.
Right.
They have not offered that, I don't think.
I can ask,
I'm for asking.
yes, I will
Um,
definitely ask.
The other question I had about this, not to belabor it, but is my understanding that the cloud-based G-Works is where the mess is?
Mhm.
And the machine-based G-Works is okay, but we're on the cloud. And there's no undoing that or getting on the machine so that it's, okay.
And I can tell you that the software company that I have, Elk Run moving to, they're transitioning. I talked to them and I had asked, I said, have you guys had anybody who is already on G-Works Cloud? That you are, moving over and trying to do data pulls and this and that, and they were just like, yeah, it's not pretty, so. That's my biggest fear, is that we're in this software now, and that nobody's gonna be able to pull that info and make it be Humpty Dumpty and put it back together again, cause I just don't know.
Well, we've talked about that it could be a year before you even got another software company in to do
That's
anything, right?
And Springville is working with going to a new company, but they're actually having to completely build because they can't just transfer the stuff from G-Works. It's
Yeah.
not.
And they
Love
sound
technology.
like a good option. But they don't have all of the modules. They don't
Right.
have, so they're still on G-Works Cloud for utility billing, which is one of our problems. They still have G-Works Cloud for payroll, which is kind of a problem, but, yeah, so that would be if I was going to, because they're building it specifically for the needs of the city. Like D is involved in helping them develop the software. So I would consider looking into that at some point. I guess I would rather wait till they maybe had more modules available instead of going and then flip-flopping between doing accounts payable and getting all of your reports to work in one thing, but half of your information is over here. So how do you blend?
Well, also knowing where our information is. I mean, right now,
Right.
we're
Like,
still,
how are you gonna get your
piecing.
GL numbers to update for your utility billing and your payroll distributions to update if you're doing everything financially on one software? And you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still gonna be not able to complete what we need to do.
Last question, I think. How much of our take the billing thing and set it aside. How much of the remaining tangled web of us not having budget numbers is because G-Works screwed some stuff up versus our numbers?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I mean, I'm so busy just trying to get through my regular day-to-day stuff that I haven't dove in. I haven't been able to investigate. I'm spending so much time looking for documents, or I wish I had an answer, and I don't know that I could answer that question, technically speaking, even if I had an answer, but I don't have one.
Okay.
And I know, we've heard it from the public, how long does it take to get numbers? And here we are. Each meeting, we can sit here and we say the same thing. Where's the budget? And I'm worried that come Christmas, we're gonna have a Christmas tree up and we're gonna say, where's the budget? I don't know. I think we need to shake the tree and try to we gotta get numbers out.
I mean, and
It's not gonna be better if we don't have help, though.
No, and I agree, Kate.
Yeah.
I agree that, but like Lori said, is there somewhere we
Yeah.
can get
No, I
the
agree.
power?
I
The-
can get it.
to be totally, just so no one misunderstands what you're saying, we did turn a budget in that satisfied the state regulation,
Right,
but it was a little bit of a
Hurry
Right.
up, get the numbers.
check the
together.
box budget
Yeah.
rather than a thoroughly thought out and talked through budget.
no, we're not making excuses, it's just reality, it's day-to-day operations is very time consuming as well,
Baby steps have been taken. They are moving forward.
yes.
Well, I would support renewing this work with these gals from the other city. But I would also very much like you to reach out to the company, G-Works, find out more about the levels of support and find out if they can help us figure out how to get these numbers, because maybe they know something we don't know, maybe they know something the other gals don't know.
And Laura, I know you've been in here helping them with that from time to time too. I think they would probably, if you have time to pop in and try to call, that could be helpful as well.
I can just shoot an email to Chris, the main guy,
Perfect.
honestly, if it's available, if he's
He'll let us know.
prompt, and he'll let me know,
Yep.
tomorrow morning.
It's available. I mean, I did some research a few months ago and I found, information about a higher level of support being available.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll reach out. to them.
And
We'll
from
do
what
that
I saw
tomorrow.
out of our contract, I never did get one of the pieces of papers from them that I asked for. I can try to, go back and circle around and reach out to them again about that. But my understanding from the information and the documents I was able to get out of them was that we did not pay for the higher level of support.
good to know. Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Cook. Stool.
Aye.
All right, so again, and there's a couple of informational items in the packet, regularly scheduled meetings. Public Works will be September 10th at 7 a.m., Personnel Admin Finance, September 22nd, Public Safety Committee meeting, September 25th, next council meeting, September 22nd, and October 6th.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
I still don't know what happens if you oppose adjournment.
You sit there. If the vote goes the wrong way.
Adjourn, adjourn, adjourn.
All right, separately. Did you get Ken's email?
Nah.
Ken,
Ken?
You have an email.
Probably didn't see your version.
He's a student.
Yeah, I'm
oh,
just doing
right
a
here?
profile,
Here, Matt.
and I just have a few questions.
Okay, yeah.
So he has it to reference, so we're gonna just record it.
No.
I haven't read it.
One second. So do you want to start over here while you guys?
This, is this an open meeting?